Hi there, this is Daniel Kano, and we are starting Open Studio again. We are excited to be offering it to you today, and we'll be doing this every Wednesday from 3 to 5 Mountain Standard Time, having artists come together from around the country. And I've got some really exciting news, which I'll be sharing with the group as people will be coming on in the next few minutes, is that March 17th through the 23rd, we're going to be doing a 7-day concept to canvas open studio intensive, 2-hour sessions every day for 7 hours in a row. It's going to be really a fantastic experience to kickstart your artwork, to make sure you have that consistency and that you're prioritizing to get the critical feedback, to have collaboration, to be able to work with other artists and see what's working for them. So we will keep you notified on this, and we are very excited to be offering this to the community, to the nation, to get artists to work together for 7 straight consecutive days. So we have artists joining in a few minutes. We will start to let people in as they show up. We'll be starting in just about 5 minutes. And at that point, we'll talk more about that new program. Everyone will have work that they're working on for today. And I'm really excited to be offering this new offering to you all. It's the 7-day intensive. It's going to be a really powerful, fun experience. All right, stay tuned, and we'll see people populating in just a few minutes. First person showing up, Catherine.
Hello.
There you are. All right, welcome back. So
I I find it on time. I found it.
good job, good job. Let's see how many more people are showing up. I had a couple people who had some conflicts, weren't able to make it today, but we've still got a few minutes. So I think in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'd say for now, just continue getting your space prepped and
Okay.
your work ready, and you can get
All
started.
right. I'm ready.
Oh,
I've been painting all day almost.
that's fantastic. All day.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I took a break so I could paint tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much of a break do you take when you need to take a break?
Well, I went to the store, had lunch. So it was like 3 hours.
That's
But
good.
I wake up at like 4 or 5. I started painting at 4.
Wow.
But then I had a break like from 9 to 10, like whatever. But
You,
I have so much to finish, so
you
it's
have
inspiring to have something that makes you stay on track.
most definitely, and I love your discipline.
Yeah. Okay, so this is just a little bit boring because it's very technical.
Do you like the work that seems is very technical? Is that a good challenge for you?
No, that I prefer to do it that way, but this is, this is too many cities, too many buildings.
Yeah.
It's like, and she kind of wants it like looking real, so I'm tracing it and everything, like making sure everything's lined up, and I'm very, precise about it.
It looks like it. It looks
Yeah,
like
so
you're good at the precision of the technicalities of your artwork.
yeah, but I'm still working on the um seagulls. That's drying, but that's a lot more freer style. So I have like I take a break from freestyle to technical. That was good. So what do you still work? You were working on that last week, I think.
Right?
Yeah. And it's very textured.
That's the painting I have here. I'm gonna keep working on that one, and then I'm continuing to work on this landscape here that I just keep adding to and making it more lively, more energetic, more mark making. For me, the process is so important to just keep going into it over and over again.
Hmm.
I would suggest for you, Catherine, at some point to put away your photograph.
No,
And
I can't.
at some point when you're ready.
There's no way I could make this up for this city. I would
What
do it for something else, but not for this. It's like
what about
this is a commission piece. It's already being paid for and everything. And she already approved it to be that way. So
yeah, I would still say at the very end, as you get into the last 10%, 20%, if you remove your photographs and your rulers, you can add some touches to it that feel very unique to you. So
uh-huh.
it's not just a reproduction of a photograph.
Right,
All
right.
right, welcome, Michael. Good to see you, buddy. How are you? You're on mute.
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Very good to see you, Michael. Glad to
Thank
see you
you.
working on new work.
Yeah, I mean, I drew over the thing I had been working on last time just a few minutes ago, just because I didn't like where it was going. So I'm gonna try something else, try to bring
Cool.
something else out. So
All right.
yeah,
Nice to see you. It's been some
nice.
time. Welcome back.
I know. Thank you. I hope you've been well. I hope your back's feeling good.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, it always is. Yeah, but yeah.
Noel, can you hear us over here? I think your sound's not coming through, but we can see you. It looks like she's popping off and going to come back on. All right. Yeah, let's start working. And as more people come in, we'll have a conversation. You guys can share what you're working on with each other, your goals and strategy.
I chat while I painting.
Hello,
Hello.
Eleanor.
Hi.
Welcome to Open Studio. Pleasure
Hi.
to have you here.
I thought I'd give it a try. Yeah.
Fantastic. Eleanor, where are you zooming in from?
Uh, Gardner, Massachusetts.
Excellent. I'm in
Where are,
Colorado,
where are you?
in Telluride, Colorado.
Uh-huh. Okay. You got snow, we got snow.
Yes.
We got
We
the
haven't had
first,
a lot of snow.
we haven't had much this year, but it's been snow in the last 24 hours off and on. Yeah.
Yeah, it started snowing here about 5 minutes ago.
Uh-huh. You get heaps. Yeah.
Sometimes, not this year so much.
Oh, really? Okay. Whoops.
Thanks,
So,
bye.
so what, do you have other people in line?
Yeah, do you see the other people on the screen?
No, I'm still learning how to do this stuff.
Are you on a phone, a tablet, a computer?
I'm on a iPad.
You're on an iPad.
Yeah.
So you need to, I don't have an iPad in front of me, but you need to click where it's like there's maybe 4 dots and it tells you kind of how the gallery is set up and you want to go into gallery view.
Hmm. Well, I see my picture. I guess you see me. I don't know. 4 dots?
There should be somewhere that you can swipe to get gallery view. There's a Catherine from New Jersey is here and Michael from Colorado is also here.
I see.
then Noelle is trying to
Share.
go.
Let's see. How to, there's a chat. I see that. Participants. There's one space that says participants with figures, So
Right, right.
at this
I think just scroll the pictures to your left, like look at your picture and scroll to left and you'll see gallery mode. You see just speaker mode or gallery mode. Just drag the picture to left.
well, then the whole thing goes. The whole thing, I lose all of you. One moment, please.
Yeah,
I gotta get my in-house back here.
no problem.
Tancred? Can you come in here for a second? I have a Zoom art thing going on. But I need some instructions. I don't, trying to get the gallery. And I don't know, he said 4 dots, but I don't see that.
Yeah, you should be able to swipe the screen to the side and it'll show the
What are you
people. She's looking for the gallery view so she could
Oh.
see everybody that's on the Zoom.
Oh, I thought that was a Google thing.
Nope, there you go.
Oh, okay,
There you can. Oh, that's it.
all right,
All right.
okay.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello,
Yeah,
Hi.
as you can see, we all have our cameras or a computer or our iPad set
Yeah.
up so it's getting a view of us and our artwork so that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a live art making session, and then we'll talk about the work that we're creating. Are
I
you
see.
able to orient your screen so that it shows you with your canvas or your paper, whatever?
I don't have anything set up. This is the first time I connected with you. And so I have art that I have done all around this room, but other than that, I don't have anything fresh.
So what I would suggest is that if you can get out a sketchbook or a clipboard with some paper and just start doing some sketching, some new ideas that you can then share with us, because we'll have an hour of working, and that's a great way to start, is just to do some sketching, doodling, writing, whatever it takes you to get inspired.
Okay, I gotta go find it. I had it by my bed last night trying to do some sketches. what did I do with that little eraser? Okay, I'm back.
Wonderful.
So what's the objective here? What's your, your plan for everybody? I'm trying to get it, understand this.
Sure. Well, the first objective is for people to show up and make sure they're in their workspace and that you can start working. So it's a working session where we meet each other, where people come in from around the country, and it's a
Yeah.
live art making session. So you make art while on camera and you get to see what other people are doing.
I see.
I talk about either a prompt or something around this philosophy or psychology of what you're working on to help you get motivated. We'll talk about your work. We'll have like small critiques. We can go into breakout rooms and you can talk to others about your work. But first, we generally do an introduction for the first 10 minutes and 15. And then from there, we go to spending at least an hour making work and then having the additional 20 minutes to talk then about what we've been working on and get
I see.
feedback to
Okay.
keep going to the next steps.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so great to have you here.
Well, I have been working on something. I belong to one of the local art groups, Gardner Area League of Artists. And I was I had started a multimedia collage. And so that's one of my pieces in order in being, that I've started, but be hard to, I don't know if I can show it.
Yeah, if you're able to show it, otherwise, you'll figure out for the next time of how to.
Yeah, I might
show
have more done by the next time.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve when you come to the first class,
Yeah,
just to make
Yeah.
sure you're all prepared and everything's oriented correctly.
yeah. Well, I don't do painting like what I see the others doing. I haven't done any of that kind of stuff since I was in college, and that was a long time ago. So I let's see. Okay. I'm seeing the pictures are very small right now. So
Yeah. The more people that come on, it gets a little smaller. Hi, Judith. I'm Daniel Kanow. Welcome to Open Studio. Can you hear me all right?
Oh, hey. Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hi. Are you able to see the other people on the screen as well?
I just opened it. So I just saw this one lady that was speaking with you. I didn't know this was the format.
Yeah, the format is so if you go to, and I'm not sure what kind of device you're on, but if you can put it in gallery view, then you can see everybody who's participating.
Okay, I will try to do that. I'm on my cell phone actually.
Yeah, on your cell phone, you should be able to maybe swipe to one direction and it'll show you like presentation view, gallery view.
Okay, great. I will try that.
Yeah, and then so for Open Studio, it's a place where you could see some individuals. Well, you haven't seen the multiple screens yet, but we end up setting up our cameras so that we can see the work behind us as we're working. And we talk about the work, we discuss, we look for optimization techniques, we talk about ideation, we do critiques here and there. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining.
Well, thanks. I'm enjoying. I'm going to enjoy this actually. So great. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I'll give you a few minutes to get set up.
Okay.
Are you able to do you have
Well,
any-
I swiped it and I see a bunch of people now. So I guess I'm in the right place.
Yeah, you're in the right place.
Okay,
Are
good.
you able to set up your camera to be on you as you're working on your work?
You know what? I'm not working on it. I'm just going to observe because I just got through with the art class today all week. So I'm just going to watch you guys if that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Like I mentioned to Eleanor, who just got here for the
Yeah,
first time today,
I'm kind of in the same position.
if you're able to have a sketchbook or a clipboard with some paper, just to do some sketching so that, you can kind of you can feel that creative flow as other people are working. And it could be something that's a mock-up or a thumbnail, something that you might use later on. It's always a good idea for kind of when people are first starting.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to sit here and watch you guys because I'm totally not prepared for what I was supposed to do. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm just going to watch you guys. Is that okay? All right.
Yeah, that's totally okay. And like I mentioned to Eleanor, you have to come to the first class to know the format. And so, yeah, the format for next Wednesday, would be to set up your camera on your phone, set up
Okay.
your phone on your phone so that it's oriented, show at the work that you're making. And then we can talk about the work that you're making.
Okay, great. All right. And so all that information is when I go back, and I'll be better prepared next time. I just decided to turn you on and watch.
Well, great. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's all focus on today, what it is that we really want to do to make an impact with our work. And as you're making your work, how do you make your work to feel more like you versus copying somebody, doing someone else's technique, to put yourself into your work, whether it's your mark making, it's your value, it's the colors you use, it's the theme or the orientation of the work that you're working on that excites you. That's what I really like to push artists, is to really find that unique voice and to make work authentically that really feels true to themselves, to really get in that process and the flow and work through that to develop work that has a history to it, that has a development, has a story. So, one thing to do as well, if you're just watching or if you want to take a break, is to pull out a pen and a paper and just write down the ideas that are coming to you spontaneously of what is it that's inspiring you right now? What is it that you'd like to do? What is it that you'd like to change? Where would you like to get to? So you're setting some strategic goals out there, and you're just it's like a brain dump. You're just putting it out there. And from that experience, it often helps you when you get into your work or even taking a break from your work to kind of rationalize, but also to be more open to change happening, being more open to taking risks and playing with your process.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to grab something off screen for 1 second.
I had started something, was it yesterday or the day before? Some little sketches. I'm an author, and I had an idea to do some sketches to go with each one of the chapters in my book. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that's the kind of thing, something that comes, is related to the stories.
Exactly. So the influence of the concept of what you're writing is influencing the artwork that you're going to make, and the artwork that you make for the book might influence some of the storyline as you write it, because you become interactive.
It's close to being published.
Oh, good. That's exciting.
Yeah. And I did the cover for the book.
Wow.
Yes. So
would you mind telling us? You want to tell us anything about it, or is it top secret?
Well, the book, my editor says it's considered a hybrid memoir. It's a collection of short stories over a number of years, and each one I added a poem or a favorite recipe. The poems I've written myself, and something that relates to that particular story. For instance, one of the stories is about hidden abilities, what people who have had brain injury have to deal with when they have disabilities that don't show, and how I dealt with all of that. There was ice storm here in the Gardner in 2008, and I journaled the whole time that was happening, and how we had to go to a shelter. So that's one of the other stories. But it was at Christmas time, and one of the things that I always did at Christmas was this particular Aunt Rosie's raisin cake that was a favorite of the family. And I'd make the cake for presents, and everybody, you know, when they saw the foil wrapped heavy package, you know, oh yes, they knew what was inside that. Some of them didn't even wait till they got home later to even eat it. They ate it on the way home. So
Oh, that's exciting. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
so that recipe is after that story. I let's see what else. Oh, I have one that's called The Black Striped Thief and Companions. The little thief was chipmunks. I had a strawberry jar with strawberry plants that stuck in the little pockets around it. And they'd sneak up inside and they'd eat all the strawberries.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So that's the kind of thing that I've written, this sort of thing, you know.
Is it a children's book?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it a children's book?
No, it's adult.
Okay.
I mean, it would be all right for a child to read. There's nothing that wouldn't be appropriate. Yeah. So I started out with 13 stories, but I went through my files and I kept finding more stories to put in. It's ended up being 21 in this book. And so, yeah. This is, so I'm very excited about it. Excuse me.
Well, I can't wait to see the work that you're working on that is about your book.
I'm just wondering if it's going to work out. I just wanted to do ink, you know, like ink drawings about eventually to go in the book.
Mm-hmm.
But my editor doesn't know about this idea yet. We're preparing to do the formatting of the book, and so I just started doing this. I have another book I planned on, and I had started doing sketches for that. So I thought, well, why not this one too? So
There you go. That sounds wonderful.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell the four of you about something exciting that I'm going to be offering in March. I'm going to be offering a 7-day intensive open studio. So it'll be 7 days in a row. Instead of the sessions being an hour and a half, they'll be 2 hours. So it'll be 14 hours in 7 days. The cost is pretty nominal. And it's going to be just a really fun experience to kind of jump into going deep into your work into 7 days and seeing what you can produce, 1 to 3 new pieces. There's going to be an exhibition at the end online on Artsy, on the platform online, where there'll be like an online exhibition. And so it's going to be a really fun experience. If you go to my website, you can look at it. I'll be talking about it over the next month. And, you know, every Wednesday we'll continue to do these free courses. And then when we have the 7-day intensive, the Wednesday in the 7-day intensive will be from other people, allow other people in the community to come in. But then you'll be showing up again on Thursday, and then showing up again on Friday, and showing up again on Saturday, showing up again on Sunday. So it's going to be like a kind of a very deep dive, very disciplined, developing that consistency with your work to really push yourself in a short period of time to get through any creative blocks, to work on your technical optimization, and to everyone starting fresh with a new piece.
Yeah.
So very exciting.
So you said something you briefly mentioned the fee.
Yes, the fee is $185 for a week. So it's, you know, comes out to, I don't know, 20 something a day. And each session is 2 hours. And there'll be group art making, there'll be prompts and things for you to work on outside of the class so that you can continue working in your studio space after or before. And yeah, it's gonna be fun, very fun.
Okay.
All right, well, let's keep working for, let's say, about 40 more minutes. And then those of you, 45 more minutes, those of you that are working, it'd be great for you to share what it is you're working on, what your challenges have been, what you're excited about, what your next steps are, where you want to go with that piece. Does it relate to another piece? Are you creating a series? What your interest is, what's the story about the artwork that you're working on? So that'll be around, we'll start that conversation around 10 after the hour. So that'll give us about 45 minutes to keep working. So for Eleanor and Judith, that's a time as well. If you want to kind of get focused on doing any writing or any sketching for some future projects, you could have about 45 minutes to do so. And for Michael and for Catherine, that'll give us a very focused time to stay with our work.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Sound good for everybody?
yeah, all right.
Give me a thumbs up if you're in on it. All right, awesome. Thank you. You got that, Catherine? Okay.
She's busy.
All right. I'm gonna put everybody on mute for the next half
I
hour.
kept the mute on, so I don't bother you, but now I'll mute again. Bye.
Okay. So Catherine, I remember last week I wasn't able to. You had the mute off. You were so focused on your painting, and I was putting everyone in breakout rooms. So
Yeah.
just be aware that around 10 after is when we'll kind of start coming together and talking about our work. And since there's 4 of you, probably put you guys in breakout rooms for at least 10 minutes to talk with one other person about the work you're working on.
I didn't have my headphones on last time either, so it's hard for me to hear it.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's great to have you all here. I'm going to mute everybody right now. Take the next 40 minutes or so to get focused on your creative process, on your ideas, on what it is that you're working on, why you're working on it. Do you want to do any sketches, thumbnails, come up with some ideation, and take the time, and if you are painting, to see how you can go deep in the next 45 minutes, maybe to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and make some movements, some marks, some steps that are exciting, that fill you up, that make you happy. All right.
A spray bottle. Now, if you want a little tip, quick little tip for you guys here, to keep your canvas, your paint wet longer, spray the underside of the canvas and brush it. That will really keep your paints wet a lot. It can be a little frustrating when you want to add some layers
I can hear you.
to dry paint, but it's not dry because it's taking so long to dry, so.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Here you go. Welcome.
Yeah. Perfect. Hi.
All right. Where are you coming in from?
Owasso, Michigan.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Well, it's great to have you here. We have people here from Colorado, from New Jersey, from Massachusetts. So it's great to have artists come together from around the country to make art. So as I know this is your first time here, so this is an online art making session. So this is where we get together we have our camera on ourselves to see our work. We get creative, we push our boundaries, and then we talk about the work that we create. And it's offered every Wednesday. So yeah. So do you have anything that you might be able to work on?
Yeah.
Great. If you are able to move your camera in the direction where we could see your work, would be great. Love to see what you're doing.
Let's see if that will allow you to see what I'm doing. Not very good at this. Does that let you see my canvas there?
Yes, I can see your canvas now. It's great orientation. That looks good, Catherine. Thank you. I'm glad to see you back.
Well, now it's too late. I'll tell you tomorrow. Oh, that's a good tease because we won't be here tomorrow.
I'll be on pins and needles waiting for Jessica.
You have a lot of friends.
Okay, thanks. Good evening.
Hello, Tony. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome to Open Studio. We're about an hour in, so you know for next week, if you can join an hour earlier, we've got artists from around the country that have been working on their creative output for the last hour. We're going to have a discussion in about 10 minutes. You're welcome to hang on and watch. The way it works is everyone's got their camera set up on themselves, on their artwork that they're creating, and we talk about our work and we get deep into the flow. So I'd love to have you join again next week at the beginning, and you're welcome to stay on for the next half hour if you'd like.
Sure.
And if you have any artwork that you have handy, that would be great. Let's take the next 5 minutes, everybody, to kind of wrap up what you're working on for right now. Then we're going to have like a short group critique where everyone could talk about their work, their successes and challenges for about 5 minutes each, and kind of go through the group. So that'll be starting at 10 after in about 4 or 5 minutes. All right, let's all come together here, talk about the work we've been making for the last hour. If everyone could unmute themselves, would be great. We've got 4 of you here, Eleanor, Michael, Ondine, and Catherine. So what I'd like to do is to have us start out, say what we're working on, what our goals are with the work, what's the story. Tell us something about the work and where it's gone, where it's gone and where you intend for it to keep going. So for example, I've got these 2 pieces I'm working on here. This abstracted landscape of Hermosa Beach in Southern California, I've been working on and off for quite a number of months. And right now I'm pulling acrylic into it and oil pastels. And it's really fun because I'm brightening up the colors. I'm creating more movement coming through the different areas. Simultaneously, as I switch and I turn the work, I'm working on this piece, which is very different, non-objective. And this to me is like a play piece where I'm really just having fun with lots of thick texture. And I keep going over and modifying. And at some point it'll be like, okay, you're there. you know, you've reached that point. This is still an acrylic, so working very thick with in acrylics as an impasto, if you haven't done that, it's a little tricky because unlike oils, you can't scrape it down. You can't get back into that texture. It dries up and is solid as a rock, and you just got to keep working with it. So it's a fun experience. And my goals for this one is just to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, adding more layers, more colors, more depth, bringing in some quiet space, seeing where the flow is. I'll probably do some drawing and sketching of this painting to help me refine where I want to keep and what I don't. And then this one I had shown in a gallery and it didn't sell, so I decided I'm just going to rework it. And this one I'm just having a lot of fun with, of getting deeper and deeper into and kind of pushing how I'm doing my mark making, how I'm accentuating the depth and the tone and so forth. So that's what I'm currently working on. Who'd like to go first and share about the work that they have going on, that they've been working on now, or they got going on in the next week or so?
Okay.
Eleanor, Dean,
Okay.
Catherine. Like Catherine wants to start. All right, Catherine, tell us about your big
Okay.
project and what your current steps
All
are.
right. I'm doing a triptych, so it's 3 pieces of Cinque Terre. And it's a commission piece, so actually it's a friend of mine, but she's giving me ample time to do it. So I'm not in a rush, but it's very technical and she wanted it more realistic. So right now I'm just doing the undercoating and then I'll get more creative and stuff. I just needed to get everything in place because it's very complicated. It made me crazy. I first did it with the projector, and that once you use a projector, you can't go back. So a lot of my lines are wrong. So then I started using a grid system, and that works better. So I'm just so that's where I am at.
The process for you, we talked about this when you first came on, the process of being so diligent, linear,
Right.
to capture that
Right brain,
realism.
right brain.
How is that working for you?
Well, I'm very right brain with my art, and I know I need to loosen up, but I feel like I can't loosen up because I need to have structure. Otherwise, it's a big mess. And she wants it to be realistic too. So I don't feel like I feel like, I don't know if you saw my Brooklyn Bridge. I started out, it's also, I get it, it's very technical, but there's a lot of freedom in it also. It's like abstract with realism. Okay.
All right, you're going to show that to us now?
Huh?
You going to show that to us right now?
Yeah. Just 1 minute.
Okay, cool.
All right. Okay. So,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's your painting?
yes. So the background's pretty abstract, but then so that's the kind of feel I'm gonna try and give the other one.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, really exciting to see the depth of detail you like to put into your work. Make sure you keep allowing yourself to feel the freedom of the painting opposed to feeling restricted. That's one of the challenges I see with artists when they're only focused on very precise work, is sometimes that freedom, that flow gets more challenging because you're so tied up in your brain of how it needs to be.
Yeah.
And, and to research online on Pinterest and so forth, artists who have detailed work that they push a little to the edge, so where it still shows their personal flair, unless you're trying to do photorealism, and that is very, very specific. And some people use, like a projector, you know, and
Right.
they'll project it on like Chuck Close and goes very specific, piece after piece after piece.
Right, right.
So it's really good to see where you're going. Anyone want to give any feedback to Catherine? Michael, Undine, Eleanor?
I think that bridge is beautiful.
Yeah, the
Thank
detail,
you.
it really is gorgeous, really, you know.
I really fell in love with the brick. Like I feel like I'm part of the bridge now. Like the DNA came to me. Thank you.
Where is that? Where is that,
Where is what?
the bridge?
The Brooklyn,
Oh,
New York.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
I'm from New York. I'm in Florida now, but
Uh-huh, yeah, my goodness. Wow,
no. Thank you. I'm also going to illustrate a book that I'm working on too. So it'd be nice to keep in touch with you.
the style of it, that, the large part, that reminds me of the, Arc de Triomphe in Paris. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the shape of it, yeah.
Yeah, I should do a series of cities. I got my Cinque Terre, that big one.
What are the other, you said it's a triptych?
Cinque Terre is in Italy, Amalfi Coast.
Yeah, okay, I see, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And Catherine, you've been working on that Cinque Terre triptych for 6 months?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't doing Open Studio for 2 months because I had an injury. And I remember before that you came on and you were working on that. So it's been, you're putting a lot of
Like
good
3
time.
months. 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not doing it all the time. I have a seagull and I did something else also.
All right.
Right.
Well, stick with it. You know, keep your focus of getting where you
Yeah.
want to get to and maybe switching
I'm
between
definitely
your
I'm
Brooklyn
told you I'm in
bridge
this.
painting, you know, maybe
I'm-
switching between the bridge painting and the triptych might freshen up as you go between them too, as you take breaks.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I'm in this program, and my next phase is going to be all about being free and using multimedia, and you're going to see a big difference soon.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's exciting.
Okay, all right.
All right. Well, thank you for
All right,
sharing,
thank
Catherine.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, stay on. We still got a few more people to share. So Eleanor,
Okay.
tell
Okay.
us what you were working on today.
well, I've been trying to do some sketches, but I don't know if you can see them because, you know, they're small.
Can you hold them up in front of the screen?
Yeah. Actually having a hard time figuring out some of the stuff. There really aren't that much. But let's see. I was thinking this one here had a class and writing. And so I was trying to depict myself sitting at the desk with a bunch of paper. I was overwhelmed with how many pieces of paper the teacher was passing out. It wasn't what I had expected. And then, well, my cake didn't come out very good. And then I had, I was trying to do, one of them had, it was my shed, and I was trying to start with showing how the snow had melted at the time of my birthday, and the backyard was flooded. But I'm just beginning. And then I did another page. This was simple little thing, plate of chocolate chip cookies for one of the stories, because they won't be in color, but just black and white ink.
So would you say, Eleanor, that these right now, these are just very basic,
Yeah.
very basic thumbnails that you'll turn into something more elaborate, have more detail, put in color?
Right, and they can't do it in color. That's just gonna be ink drawings.
Okay, perfect.
One of them, serving a friend with tea and cookies on a tray.
Nice.
And I tried a figure, but I'm not very good at that. Reading a letter that I sent. So these come out of the stories that different situations and the different stories. And I put a numbers for some of them, so I know what story they go to, Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's all I've been able to do right now.
Yeah, that's good. You got some very good ideation out there as far as
Yeah.
potential development for your book, which is so
Yeah.
cool.
I need to do it pretty quick though, because in order to get it into because we plan on getting the first copy for beta readers to see before it's actually printed, the actual printing.
Okay.
I found my drawing. Where did I put it? It's another book. This was my cover. And when I did it, I made a blooper. I was trying to put the wording in, but my my editor has worked it. But this is this is what it generally looks like.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice.
And my title is My Heartfelt Journey, and then Reflections and Stories, Poems, and Recipes. Is the
Wonderful. From
yeah.
your life.
Yeah. So
Well,
okay.
when you come back next week, if you can show us any other finished drawings that you've been able to further develop,
Okay.
and we'll be more prepared when we start next time. It'd be
Yeah.
really great to have you continue on.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Eleanor.
You're
Dean, what do you have going on?
Okay,
Tell us
well, I'm
what's made.
completely self-taught, so I'm just starting. I've been painting maybe a year now,
Oh,
but I
wonderful.
was mostly photorealism,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided that I should probably try to go out of that right brain perfectionist thing into abstract, because that allows for more freedom. And so this is my shot at a bouquet of flowers.
Is that a bouquet of flowers from looking at something, or is that something that you're making up
Oh,
from
that's
imagination?
just out of my head. Just out of my head. I have in the background, I have a pretty good size. I don't know if I can get that up where you guys can see it. Can you see the peacocks? Or no?
Yeah, we could see that.
Yep, working on those for a
Great.
birthday present for someone that really loves peacocks. But it's a different kind of paint. I didn't realize that it's something called tempera paint, so it's
Yeah,
not very friendly.
yeah. Tempera is
So
like a poster paint is what it was used
I won't
for.
make that mistake again.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
taken quite a bit more than what I thought it would, but that one's just out of my head as well. And I think I would like to venture more into the abstract. And then, one day I would really like to just be an artist for a living.
Well, that all takes just showing up and doing it day
Yeah.
after day after day and putting in the reps of thousands of times, and
Yeah.
and making sure that you're sticking to that, to your own meaning, your own viewpoint, the way you want to do it, and you just keep
Mhm.
going and going. So that's really nice. Joining late, that you were able to make that so quickly. It's got, I think, a lot of great development possibility.
Thank you.
Anybody have any suggestions, feedback on Dean, Michael, Catherine, Eleanor?
I can't see your screen right now, but I think I saw a painting in the background as well. Did you work on that as well?
Me
Yeah. It looks
today?
like a peacock or an animal of some sort.
Yeah, they're peacocks. I didn't work on those today, but I've been working on those for a minute.
I just think that looks really cool too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like that. Those two peacocks, they're like in harmony. It's just like really neat to see.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're a work in progress.
Yeah, like the face, it looks real. It looks real to me. So I like it. Yeah.
Excellent, Dean. And working with tempera is such a different material. Every product, like I'm working with really thick acrylics using you know, an impasto, whatever it's called, and extra gel, you know, gel mat. It's like it's a learning process of like using a different material. And
Uh-huh.
so the more you play with the tempera, the better you're going to be more versed with the acrylics, and the better you're going to be more versed with the oils, because you're just allowing yourself to figure out the minutia for each type of material.
Yeah.
Acrylic is what I normally work with, and I stumbled onto the shimmery temperas. And I
Yeah,
thought, wow, those are really pretty. Those will make a beautiful peacock. So I, of course, didn't get just one and play with it. I got like one of everything. And
right.
now I kind of have to use it for something. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so I'll use it till it's gone, but I won't make that mistake again.
And there have been many, many beautiful, masterful paintings made in tempera. So, you know, another thing as well, to just research online and look at, you know, tempera paintings from, you know, master works. And you'll see people who are using that medium specifically because it lends to a different method, you
Uh-huh.
know, just like people work with watercolor and then they don't work with gouache. You know, it's like you can be a purist and work with one thing, but I think it's good to know how to work with various materials so that you can bring them together however
I'd
you
like to
want.
be able to work with everything one day so I could do mixed media stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Michael, tell us what you got going on there.
So I have this drawing of it's a masculine figure. Um, he's trying to have him with a corncob pipe, and this is supposed to be kind of like lots of hair going like around his face, and then you know, the face is in here, kind of hidden in that hair, and then his clothes are here with the hat. So pretty straightforward. I used acrylics for this. I like how quickly acrylics can dry as well. You know, especially because you know, it gives, you know, it allows me to, you know, if I want to correct something, I can um, quicker than like with oils, and I don't have to worry about like like overlapping too much. So yeah, and I really like it. I really like this one, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Is there I know you do a lot of portraits at times as well as like, you know, buildings. Is there a story to that figure? Is it represent anything for you?
I mean, you know, sometimes like I guess the idea behind like people who go off into the ocean on like boats or like fishermen or things like that, you know, who are kind of like really uh that's their lifestyle, and I don't know why right now that kind of called out to me. It's just a kind of a hard lifestyle, and maybe a lifestyle that isn't like cherished enough.
Mm,
But so for me, just the thought of like somebody, you know, off the coast somewhere, kind of like sailing off, trying to catch crab or trying to catch some sort of fish, you know, and then bringing it back to port to sell it. So you know, like especially in like some of those big coastal cities, you know, and if you go to like the wharfs or stuff, and you can see fish and you know, that's come from the sea, and I think that's super cool, you know, and you know, the sea is so vast, so kind of like an explorer.
nice. That's
All right.
great.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, I think if we can come up with a story for our work as we're working on it, what it
Hmm.
means to us, you know, what's it embedded in, it makes our work richer. You know, that's what
Yeah.
separates us from like AI, right?
Right.
AI can generate images and you can give it descriptions, but it can't like put its own personal mind and imagination into that feeling of that image. And as artists, you know, as technology keeps coming, we've got to keep digging deep into what it is that makes art powerful for us and how that can inspire others in this, you know, there's a lot going on in the world right now. When you're
Hmm.
in your art, it's like you're in your art, and that's so powerful. So, you know, consider that as far as how you work, whether you're very, you know, specific and detailed, whether you're more abstract, whether you like to draw, or whether it's, different types of painting or mixed media, to really look at your own unique voice and where it is you want to go with your work so that you can feel that satisfaction, that achievement of creating the work. So I thank you all very much for joining again. We'll be here next Wednesday, same time, 3 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And again, like I mentioned at the beginning, I have this Open Studio 7-day intensive concept to Canvas that I'm doing from March 17th to 23rd. And there'll be emails and texts that go out about it as well. And I'll be doing some videos talking about it. So consider like what we just did here in a longer session for 2 hours and just doing it every single day for a week, how you're going to be able to really push the envelope, show up again the next day, show up again the next day with the same people, having more deep conversations, and then taking your work and making it presentable so that it can be in an online exhibition on Artsy. And then that'll get promoted for you to have your work out there. So consider that. Like I said, it's only $185, 14 hours of time working together. And that's not until mid-March, but until then, I'll continue doing, these free Wednesday workshops, and then we'll do that week intensive, and I'll continue the workshops and so forth. So I hope to see y'all next week. I hope you can
Thank
show up
you
again
so
next Wednesday.
much.
Tell your friends,
Thank you.
bring people
Thank you.
along with you.
Yeah.
And it's really great to see all the creative output. It fills me up to see people all around the country coming together just to make art. It's really awesome.
Nice idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
You
Good
guys
night.
take care. Good to see you.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Bye.
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 Ah.
All right, well, that's the end of our open studio creative expression sessions. We had artists coming in from Michigan, from Massachusetts, from Colorado, from Florida. We've had other artists coming in from Northern California, North Carolina, and it's just Mississippi, Alabama. It's so great having artists from around the country coming together for the purpose of creation, coming together for the purpose of making art together. All right, see if you can join next Wednesday. Same time, same place. We'll see you.